The heart that waits is filled with longing, its beat syncopated by an uncertainty that hovers like a mist over the soul. In the stillness of the night, this heart waits for what is unknown, yet deeply familiar. It is as though it has always known that this waiting was inevitable, a journey it has traversed before, yet each new instance brings with it an urgency that stirs the blood and quickens the pulse. The wait is not passive, it is an active force that shapes the heart into something resilient. It forces one to grow into the anticipation, to live with a knowing that time is both a friend and an enemy. It stretches the limits of patience and tests the boundaries of hope. The heart, in its infinite wisdom, knows that to wait is to prepare. With every beat, it reaffirms its commitment to that which is not yet here, but which will come in time. It is a paradox. The waiting is both the absence of what is desired and the presence of something already felt, albeit not yet seen. In this waiting, the heart learns the subtle art of longing. It is not just the expectation of a moment or an event, but a deeper yearning for connection, for a piece of the world that has not yet fallen into place. Each day that passes seems like both a triumph and The heart, however, does not falter. It embraces its role in this quiet drama of anticipation. It is a quiet observer, yet a fierce participant in the emotional current that flows through its veins. The more it waits, the more it understands the nature of this desire. It is not a want in the superficial sense, but a need. Something primal, something that resides deep within the core of the being. To wait is to feel the fullness of life, the vastness of the space between what is and what will be. This space, while seemingly empty, is teeming with potential. In its stillness, it hums with energy, reminding the heart that its wait is not in vain. But the waiting also brings with it a storm of doubts. How long must the heart wait? What if the moment never arrives? These questions circle like shadows, ever present, but never solid. Yet, despite the uncertainty, the heart remains unwavering. It understands the nature of love, the essence of patience, and the beauty of anticipation. It knows that in time, the very thing it waits for will find its way to it, and so, the heart continues to beat in a rhythm of longing, each pulse a declaration of its resolve. There is strength in waiting, a quiet fortitude that builds with every passing moment. The heart, in all its fragility, is capable of holding on to hope with a tenacity that defies logic. It understands that waiting is not a passive state of inaction, but an active choice to remain open, to remain receptive to what life has yet to offer. As the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, the heart begins to transform. It is as if the wait itself is a forge, and the heart is the metal being shaped within it. The heat of anticipation intensifies, yet rather than weakening it, the heart grows stronger. It learns to carry the weight of its desires without breaking under the pressure. The longing that once felt like a burden becomes a part of the heart's very essence, woven into its being like a thread of gold. The heart, in its waiting, discovers the depth of its own capacity to love and to yearn. It is a paradox of strength and vulnerability, both fragile and unyielding. Each moment of waiting adds another layer to its understanding of itself, of the world, and of the nature of time. The wait is not just a passage of time. It is a transformation, a process of becoming. The heart that waits does not emerge from the experience unchanged. It emerges stronger, wiser, and more attuned to the rhythm of the universe. Yet, in the quiet of its waiting, the heart also finds peace. It is in the stillness that it learns to embrace the ebb and flow of emotions. The wait, though sometimes excruciating, becomes a space where the heart can rest. In its solitude, it finds clarity, and in its longing, it finds strength. The very act of waiting becomes a form of self-care, a practice of honoring the space between what is and what will be. It is not a state of passive resignation, but of active presence. The heart, as it waits, learns to live in the moment, to appreciate the beauty of the here and now. It is not so much about what is to come, but about the way in which the waiting shapes the heart. This waiting becomes a teacher, offering lessons in patience, resilience, and acceptance. It is a journey of the spirit, a path that leads not to a destination, but to a deeper understanding of the self. In this process, the heart also discovers the power of memory. The waiting is not just for something new, but for something that has already been experienced, something that has left an indelible mark upon the soul. The heart remembers the touch of a hand, the sound of a voice, the warmth of a smile. These memories become fuel for the wait, strengthening the heart in its resolve. It is as if the past and the future are intertwined, each feeding into the other. The heart that waits is not simply waiting for something unknown, but for a reunion with something it has loved before. This knowledge brings comfort. It reminds the heart that its desires are not born of mere fantasy, but of something real, something tangible. The heart holds these memories close, allowing them to sustain it as it waits for the moment when it can once again experience the fullness of connection. In this way, the wait becomes a bridge between the past and the future, a space where time folds in on itself, and the heart is both anchored in memory and buoyed by hope. And yet, the heart that waits also learns to embrace the mystery of the unknown. While it may long for something familiar, it also understands that the future is not a fixed destination, but a landscape of endless possibilities. The heart does not know exactly what will come, but it trusts that whatever it is, it will be enough. There is a beauty in the uncertainty, a freedom in the not knowing. The heart, in its waiting, learns to surrender to the flow of life, to release the need for control and embrace the unknown with open arms. This is where true peace resides. It is not in the certainty of what is to come, but in the acceptance that whatever comes will be what is meant to be. The heart that waits is a heart that is open, a heart that is willing to be surprised, to be transformed by the experiences that lie ahead. The waiting is not just a pause in time, but a dance with the universe, a delicate interplay of faith, patience, and hope. As time passes, the heart begins to sense that the moment of fulfillment is drawing near. The air around it seems charged with expectation, as though the universe itself is holding its breath. The heart quickens, yet there is no fear, only anticipation. The wait is coming to an end, and with it the promise of connection, of reunion, of love fulfilled. The heart that has waited so long now stands on the threshold of its desires. It has grown, it has changed, and it has become something more than it was before. The wait has shaped it, not into something weaker, but into something stronger. The moment of fulfillment may still be a breath away, but the heart knows that it has done the work. It has loved through the waiting, and now it is ready to embrace whatever comes next. The weight, once a heavy burden, is now a source of strength, for the heart understands that the fulfillment of its desires is not the end of its journey, but the beginning of a new chapter. The heart that waits, in all its longing and its anticipation, is a heart that has learned to trust. It has learned that waiting is not a form of punishment, but a gift. It is a space where growth happens, where transformation occurs, where the heart becomes something more than it was before. The wait is not the absence of life, but its fullest expression. It is in the waiting that the heart learns to love more deeply, to hope more fiercely, and to embrace the mysteries of life with open arms. The heart that waits is not a heart that has been forgotten, but one that has been prepared, nurtured, and made ready for the love and the life that is yet to come. It is a heart that has learned the art of patience, the beauty of longing, and the power of hope. And in the end, it is a heart that has learned that the wait is always worth it.